Hi everyone, I hope you can hear me and see me. It should be working fine now. I hope you're having a great evening wherever you are. I guess the most of you are from the UK. I am sitting here in Denmark and I'm really looking forward to take you through this webinar. We're going to talk about how I'm working with the business and my C9 customers, how I am prospecting them and getting them into the business. So if I'm saying something that doesn't make sense to you in the UK, it might be due to that I am from Denmark and working in Scandinavia. So you would have to modify maybe a little bit so it fits into the UK market. And I also hope that my English will not mess too much up tonight. I think you will manage to understand me, but maybe with being a little bit of nervous, having some nervosity, I'm gonna mess up my words. But I think we're gonna get through this together. The important thing is that sharing, and that's why I want to share with you tonight how I am working. So I just want to see, because it seems like that I am having some questions. Okay, can you please let me know you hear me loud and clear? Thank you, Adam. There are some few of you that says you have no sound, so maybe you would need to restart it or something. The sound should be working fine as I see it, so that's really good. Let's get started, right? So who am I? I'm just an FBO, just like you. I am just living in Denmark most of my time, or I don't know really how much true there is to that, because I travel a lot. I am working full time with the business, but due to lockdown, I am in Denmark right now. I love this business. It's so free and I can just travel around, just bring my phone or my laptop and I have my business right there. And of course, on the airplanes, I am prospecting a lot and I'm finding a lot of C9 clients. And how is that? Well, that is when we have a passion for something, we cannot be quiet and we start sharing. And when we share something, people get excited and they want to hear more. So let's see here, there are more questions. Now you can hear me, that's really good, super. I will trust you that you hear and see me, and now I will start sharing my screen. So what I can tell you is that now it doesn't want to share, no? Okay. Let's see here. Now it's there, good. I thought it was gonna mess up something. We just had a test and everything was working fine. So I don't want to see it's not working now. Great. So 5 years ago, I started my business and I was so excited when C9 was launched because my background are into the fitness industry. And I have my educations and license from nutrition, and actually I am a massage therapist, personal trainer and Zumba instructor. And I worked as a Zumba choreographer when I started my business here with Forever. So you can imagine that a lot of my network are from the fitness industry. It's instructors, and of course I also had a lot of members on my Facebook groups. So for me it was really, really great when they launched C9, because I could really just reach out to my network in a very different way that I could with Forever only. And then Forever have some other products like Archie, etc., that are such a good supplements to the C9 that you can really keep people going with the products after the 9 days program or get them into the F15. And we have so many options today with Move and Super Greens, and oh, there are so many nice products for the fit line products to boost up your business after the 9-day program. But if you are prospecting, you can do it in 2 ways. You can be prospecting and closing with a product, and that product could be a C9, or you have a client on C9 and you are moving them into the prospecting after, so that would be your closing. So we will talk about those 2 options today, and I will give you some tips and tricks from how I am working with this. So we know that C9 is look good and feel good. So could you imagine if you would guide it into do good and live good with the business? Whoops. So I think that we're not just coaches or advisors with C9 or the FIT programs. We're not just personal trainers or fitness instructors, etc. And we're not just selling nutrition. We're actually creating lifestyles here. We're creating new great habits. And those habits could grow into being new great habits and a new lifestyle that people can have a benefit financially. So if you're thinking of a client, if they are really excited about their C9 program or their F15, could you imagine that this new lifestyle could be something they suddenly had a new financially platform on? And that is kind of the way we need to think when we are prospecting from these type of products. Also, if you're doing your prospecting and you see that your prospect is not really open for a new opportunity or not really ready, it might not be the right time you're approaching them. We always try to move our prospects into a product. And that product could very well be a C9. And why is that? For me, that is due to, I feel when you are trying a C9, you feel a game changer in your body. It is something that you really feel inside. And we want people to feel the product. You and me know that we feel the creams. We almost feel the C vitamin. But the thing is that a C9 is something that people really feel. So if they're feeling the product, they will feel what the business can provide them. And that is where we just need to guide them in the right direction in the mindset. So if we think a little bit outside of the box of C9, we have to do a brainstorm. Which type of clients are you having in your hand? What is their daily job? Do they have family? You have to do the research just as you would have done if you wanted to prospect them before they were your clients. So are they already in your network? Are they already having a lifestyle on social media that they are providing to other people? Are they not on social media? Are they working in a bank? Are they working in a shoe store? Are they working as fitness instructors? So which type of person do you have in between your hands? That is very important to know when we are prospecting, because we need people to feel the visions that we have for them. So you need to do a brainstorm on what is your vision for the person you want to prospect. And you have 9 days to research. Actually, I would say 7, because I feel that it is on day 7 that we're doing the prospecting. And why is that? Do you know the feeling, if I take you a little bit back, do you know the feeling after Christmas everybody wants to have the dress of New Year's Eve or the pants sitting a little bit better than it was on Christmas Eve, maybe. So after Christmas, we want to do something. We want to kickstart. We want to look better. And we start thinking about a new year is beginning. On New Year's Eve, we are thinking about our life. So we are reflecting on the year that just passed. Have the year been as you wanted it to? Are you still thinking about those 5 kilo or 10 kilo or a complete game changer, 30, 20 kilo? It doesn't matter. It's more about what are you thinking, or the way we are thinking. We would like something to change. Maybe just live healthier. So what is happening on the C9? About after 7 days, we're starting to reflect about the 9 days program. We're starting to reflect about the healthy lifestyle that we are having now. Would we like to continue that? Or how would we like to continue that? So what you should think is that you're having people 2 days before New Year's Eve. Do you get my mindset? 2 days before New Year's Eve. So right when you start planning which wishes are you gonna cheer on New Year's Eve. I don't know if you do that in the UK, but here in Denmark at least, we always have a list of what we want to do better in the next year. And we cheer on that at 12 o'clock. And then we have this power feeling, I'm gonna do this. And what happens is that you have 12 days from that moment until that feeling kind of disappears. So if we think that into a parallel of the C9, on day 7, you have 12 days until this exciting feeling is disappearing. These beliefs that now I'm gonna live the rest of the year healthy, or the rest of the month, or I'm gonna give it extra kick and I'm gonna go 2 more kilos down, or I'm gonna start running not 5 kilometers, but 10 kilometers. You start the planning of the next step. So the prospecting on day 7 is really good, because here you can talk with your client about what feelings did C9 give you? And you will talk with your client about how are you feeling? So before they start the C9, you will tell them that, of course, I'm gonna coach you, I'm gonna be there for you, I'm gonna tell you to remember to drink your water, etc., etc. But you will also agree that on day 7, you're gonna contact them either by calling or texting how you are how you're coaching your client. I really, really recommend you to have enough courage to call. It is something that have another effect on the result. So calling is always the best, but you can do prospecting in a text. Just know that don't write them a novel that is 4 pages long, because they will not read it. And do not make a copy paste to 10 clients, because they will feel it. Make it personal. I do recommend you to have a manuscript, and we will talk a little bit more about that later, but try to put in something that is really personal. Also on the phone. So when you call them, you will be personal with them. You can really chat with them. You can answer some quick questions, etc. And you are more able to guide the conversation on a call than on a text. So know the result of a positive result, where you want them to go, is much higher positivity result on a phone call. So you will agree that you're going to call them on day 7 to hear how they're doing, and you will tell them from the beginning that you're going to talk with them about planning what should happen after day 9, what would be the next step. They will probably not know that the next step will also be approaching them with a business opportunity. That is depending on, did you prospect them and close them on a product? Yes, then they know that on day 7 you will talk about the business again, because you will agree with them when you're closing them on a product that you think the right next step for them would be to try a product, as you are not feeling it is the right time or the right place for them to look into the business. But you would like them to try a product and feel the products first. And then on day 7, you will approach them with the business. If you have not been prospecting them before C9 and they are a regular C9 client, you will agree contacting them on day 7 to talk about the next step. And what would the next step be? The next step can be F15. The next step can be continuing with aloe vera and maybe the shake powder. Or the next step would be starting to recommend the products to their network. So listen, when you call them, you will make yourself kind of a manuscript. So you will plan with yourself. What are your visions? What do you think would be the why of your client? Just to have some things to guide them in their mindset. If you know your client, if it's a friend, you probably know their lives pretty well. And it would be easier for you to bring them into the mindset of what you see could be in it for them to work with the business. So do yourself a favor and make a manuscript. When you call them, I have my manuscript here in front of me. So I would call them and I would guide myself. You can make it like a labyrinth. So you are putting yourself like, this is my approach. So if they're saying yes to listen more into the business, you would go to this direction with your manuscript. If they're talking about they want to try more products, you would go into this direction of your manuscript and you put some text to yourself. How do you want to do the closing on one of these 2 legs? So I would say, if it was me, hey, Tina, how are you doing? Are you still going strong here on day 7? As I mentioned to you, I would contact you on day 7 with the purpose of looking into the next step for you. So tell me a little bit. How do you feel C9 is providing you with, how would you say that in English? What do you think C9 provided to you? And they would start telling you how they feel about the C9. So I put some words here, as you see on the slide. I feel more energy, or my sugar cravings is gone and it's so amazing. I feel my afternoon hours is so great. I feel so happy with myself. I really feel that this program is bringing a great glow to my skin. So they would start telling you some of the words that you will need for your prospecting. The thing is, if you as an FBO would make a parallel into some of the words that they're telling you that C9 is providing them, what words would you tell me right now if I ask you which feelings is Forever providing to you? You would start saying, oh, it kickstarted my life, or it gives me so much happiness. I have new hope. I feel freedom. You would have some of the same words. So try to make a parallel into like glow to my skin. Is forever providing you glow to your skin. The business, if we're looking into the business, yes, because it's giving you excitement inside working with the business, and that is giving you a glow. So try to understand they are exactly the same place where you are right now. You feel excited about the business and you feel excited about prospecting because you really want to work with this person due to the visions you have created inside of yourself for this person. I will though say, remember, do not fill them with too many infos or too much excitement, because they will start feeling that you really need them for your business. And that is not what we want them to feel. And that is not the case. You need to fill them with your excitement and passion or happiness of having this job with forever or helping other people with these products. So you would start building up your manuscript and you would have a questionnaire. So the questionnaire would be like this. First, you would say, when they have answered what C9 have done for them, you would have said, may I ask you from a scale from 1 to 10, where 10 is that you would definitely recommend the C9 program to some of your network or some in your network, some of your friends, some in your network. Where would you be on this scale from 1 to 10? Where do you think they are if they are on day 7 on the C9? They're super excited. They're thinking they want to continue this lifestyle or they want to continue with the products. So they are excited. They would probably want to recommend the business. So they would say 10. If I may then ask you, what if I first told you that if you recommend the C9 program to some in your network, you could actually have a financial benefit on that? Because you are able to have a free license to buy home your own product with a discount. And if you recommend the C9 program to some of your friends, you would have a benefit on the sale you're doing. So if I am asking you from a scale from 1 to 10, where would you be if 10 was, yes, I would like a free license because I would like to recommend these products to my network and have a financial benefit on that? Most likely they would say 8. And that is due to our brains doesn't like making decisions right away, right there. So they don't know enough to just say 10. If they're like me, what we call like blue types, more impulsive and just saying yes to a lot of things, trying new things in life, you can have a yes on that and have a 10, but most likely people would say 8. And we are really happy with an 8, because an 8 means they only need some more info. So with an 8, you would know that you can close this person into becoming a distributor. So you will ask them what they need to be on a 10. Just ask them. So what would it take for you to go from an 8 to 10? And they will provide you with all the information you would need to know how to close them. They have the answers. So try to let them tell you the answer of how to close them, instead of you starting to convince them, because we don't want to convince anybody. We want them to choose. That is just like how we are selling. We don't want to sell people things. We want people to buy things. So we want them to buy the business opportunity. We don't want to sell the business opportunity. There's a huge difference in that. that way of prospecting. So they would tell you what you need to tell them. They would say, I find it really interesting. I am curious, but I would need to know some more information. What does it take to have a free license? Do I need to buy a certain amount of products? Do I need to buy a storage? They would tell you what they are thinking, and you will have a chat with them. The best closing deal with this is, of course, having them to watch a business presentation, due to we want them to have the full details of the business opportunity. So you can ask them, could you see yourself recommending the C9 program to 4 friends in your network? 4 doesn't sound a lot. And most people know 4 people that they could approach with a C9. If you have 4 friends in your network that would like to try a C9, you are actually able already at your startup to build your first points to go to the first level where you are having a 35% discount. So here you can start telling a little bit about that we are collecting points, and they can increase their discount as a distributor when they're building up their business, and they can have up to 48% benefit on the product sale. So the thing is, you would of course tell them that I am so happy that 8 is your answer, because I want you to be professional and not just jump into working with this business opportunity without looking into the details first. And then you would guide them into how they can watch a business presentation. You would agree with them when they are watching a business presentation and when you will have the second call, etc., etc. So if they, for example, is saying, I am on a 6, then you would talk to them about, then I think the best, actually, I'm saying something more. You would ask them, what would it take for you to go from 6 to 8? And they would tell you probably that they would like to have some time to think about this, or they want to try some more products, etc., etc. And there you will try to make the next step into a 15 or continuing with the allo, etc., so that they are keeping themselves into the feeling of the product after the 9 days, and you have some more days. Remember, I said 12 days with your prospecting before the feeling of the product starts going down. So we want to keep them on the product, okay? I made an example here, and I am not sure that this is exactly the right prices, as I am not having the UK prices in my computer. But from what I could see, if you are having a client that is on C9, for me, I am always doing a sell of C9 with an Archie or with a Super Green. And I always approach my clients with the full pack C9 plus an Archie. And why is that? That is due to, have you ever had a client that find C9 too expensive? I guess you're saying yes right now. I think all of us has tried a client saying it's too expensive. So if you're approaching them with a full pack C9 and an Archie, you are able to tell them or approach to them if they're saying that is too expensive. Then you can tell them we can take out the C9 of the pack, and it would only be, and then you have, I think it's 113 British pounds of the C9. So it would only be 113 pounds and not 124. And suddenly they don't find it expensive because they are saving money. It's a little trick on how to sell a C9. And if they still tell you that it is still too much money, I don't have that budget, you could talk with them about, so what would be your budget to make the change and create the dreams that you just told me you have. As I understood, you told me you have a wish of losing some weight or kickstarting your body, get some more energy, get rid of your sugar cravings, etc. Whatever they have told you, you would tell them again their issue that they told you and ask them what is your budget to get in touch of your issues, or how to cover your issues. I don't know how to say that in English, actually. But then you know what they could invest. So you can maybe sell just a shake powder or just aloe, whatever they need. And you could look into that. When you are talking with a client about recommending a C9 that they just tried themselves to 4 people in their network, you can tell them, as I said to you, they are having a discount on the retail price, and that is how we earn our money. And a business presentation would, of course, provide them with all the information they would need to know to exactly know how we earn our money and what they can make out of this business opportunity. But you are able to tell them that they can build up, they can increase their discount, so they can build up a business that is having a higher and higher discount on the retail price. And they can actually have a profit up to 48%, which would be approximately 59 pounds per client. So could you imagine that you would have time to coach and be there smiling to 10 persons per month, for example? Would you have the time for that? That could be a good talk, because if you put it in this way to your clients, they do not feel that 10 people is a lot or 5 people is a lot, and you would approach them with the number due to the research you did on their lifestyle. So are we talking with a mom that is staying home and have more time provided? Are we talking with a director of a fitness center? Are we talking with somebody that is working from 8 to 8, you know, like many hours, not having a lot of free time? Then you would approach them into that research, of course. So remember that no matter what, it is the passion that led us here. It's the passion for the business that led us into this webinar. It is the passion that led us into having a C9 client. And we have to stay in touch with that passion, because it is the passion we're selling. And remember, it is not about being a perfectionist as an FBO. It is about creating connections, and it is the connection that they buy. It is your excitement and your passion that they buy. So do not think that it is the information or how you are selling your products. It is 80% due to your approach and your passion. So 20% only is what information you're providing them, how much you know. So really, really keep in contact with the passion feeling and the excitement feeling that you are having for the products, for the business, and have that connection with your own excitement when you are approaching your clients. So what I will give you a little bit of tip. If you want to prospect into the fitness industry, I saw that Adam May gave you a little tip that I might be sharing something about that. And of course, I can do that. If you want to prospect into the fitness industry, try to know that fitness instructors and nutritionists, personal trainers, and I can say this because I'm one of them, or I were one of them, we think we are providing enough for our members or clients that we already have. So when you're prospecting them that they need a product, they might not be so open-minded to listen. So with people in the profession, you should make a manuscript that is about the numbers that they could increase on top of what they already do. So if you would say, I guess you have about 20 to 30 clients per month in your direct contact. And as I know, or what I've seen, personal trainers are making this and this, they are selling their personal training approximately in between this and this amount. That is very easily to find out because there is a lot of information on the internet. So look into your areas. What are the personal trainers offering you with a 3-month program or a 10 days program? They often have different approaches. So if you're looking into what are they selling already, how could you benefit them with the products? And for people that are already independent in this industry, you really need to tell them some numbers. And you need to tell them that they're not spending more time, but they are actually able, when they are not with the client, to make financially benefit on the client that just went home looking into the web shop of products. And when the 3 months is over with a personal training, they can still be in contact with the client and still have a financial benefit, even the personal training program is done. So when you're a personal trainer, you're having mostly new clients, because when your client know how to do their training, when they have created this new habit that they can go to the fitness center, they can do the running, etc. They don't need to pay for someone to help them do these habits. They are having them. So they need a new client, and they need to find new clients the whole time. And that is something that is really good for us, is that we can still earn money on our clients that have ended a program with us. Personal trainers is not really looking into the benefit of F15 before they really know the business. I think it's genius that there is a training program, because I was used to sitting doing these personal training programs, and it takes a lot of administrative time. Here I can really know my F15 programs really well. There are 6 of them, and I can just modify them into the client. If I know they have some knee problems or something like that, I have the knowledge to modify the exercises a little bit. So we are actually having less work with the F15 programs. But the C9, or just the aloe, or the shake powder, or our Arctic Sea, is products that we ask our clients to buy when we have them. Without working with forever, we always have something like C vitamin or calcium that we are telling the clients that it would be really good for them if they went down to the healthcare store and bought some fish oil and some calcium, for example, and a shake powder. And they just need to understand that now they're not giving clients to the store next the store next to the building of the fitness center, or somewhere else, a web shop that you give them, an online web shop, you are actually providing them with products from your own web shop. So that is a little bit of tips how to, what you need to know when you start talking to people that is already working with clients and providing them with nutrition programs, etc. They can do their normal nutrition programs, but just add it to the C9, or they can do the nutrition programs to the F15. They can do own training programs, even there are programs in the F15 if they want that. It's voluntarily for the client what they want to do, but we are providing them with some products that will benefit the result, and products that the customer never wants to stop using after the programs are over. So what I do personally is that I mixed together programs. I actually mixed 3 different programs. One that is 99 days long, one that is 39 days long, and the 9 days. And that is due to 9 days and the 9 plus 15 plus 15. And again, of course, the 9 days plus 15, 15, 15, 15, that you have 99 days. I have done that. Then I have added Archie, and in Denmark, in our C9, we do not have Garcinia or lean, so I added a lean. And actually our C9 can last longer than 9 days with some of the products, like term, for example. We have 60 terms in our C9, so it's for a full month. So with our program, we can tell people that can add an extra ultra shake or extra aloe, and they have for a longer time. So look into what is provided in your C9 or F15, and then put extra product that you can provide some lifestyle programs and have people on a lifestyle program, for example, on 39 days. That is the most popular because people really create a lifestyle and new habits, and they do not do that on 9 days, but they do kickstart themselves and have a great feeling, and they see a big result after 9 days. But try to make people commit to 39 days or 99 days, so they really create great habits that will last long, and you will have your clients for a long time. And if you, for example, are putting together a program of 99 days, look into what you need of products to have for this amount of days. You can see what they could earn as an assistant supervisor. And if your client could see themselves, a client that is on the 99 days program, you can talk to them about how they're doing with the program, how well it's going, all that I just said about C9. You can already do it in the beginning of the program because they are super excited. Tell them, would you like to recommend some in your network to be on the journey with you? And if you could see yourself approaching 2-5 friends in your network, or if you think that you could be the smiling face and the contact for 10 people through a month, I guess already you have people calling you, asking you, what have you done? What are you doing? You look amazing. And they are following your story. If you would like to be the one providing them with some coaching, that you would be the one calling them or saying, should we take a coffee, talk about how your program is going, or just be on the phone chatting, doing this together, you can actually earn this amount. And if you try to calculate on the UK prices of a 99-day program, what is the profit of that as an assistant supervisor, and times it with 10 people, you would have a really good monthly salary. And that can be a good benefit to tell personal trainers, ask them if you could see yourself recommending these lifestyle programs to about 10 people a month. You could make this, or talk to your clients that are on C9 F15 if they could see themselves to be a coach or the contact person to 5 to 10 people. It would be from this to this that they would make on the first step of the stair system with the 35%. And it's quite a lot. You will be surprised when you see it. Let me say it like that. So now I would like to hear if you have any questions, or if there is something that you feel I did not talk about. Let me hear you. You can text. I can see your Q's and A's. So you don't understand what I mean with extra booster deals. That is like if you are adding products, like I told about the C9, I always add an RG, because that is giving you a better profit. And it is some buddies to the C9, as I kind of think of them as who are the best buddies of the C9 program or the F15. That would be RG as the first one, because RG is really giving you a lot doing C9 if you have RG at the same time. And the good thing is that RG is for a full month. Even your C9 program is only 9 days. So it could also be, if you have a client, for example, that is not really into veggies, then you could suggest the super greens on top of the C9, that they can mix it into the shake. And you are sure they are provided with enough vitamins and minerals if they are not eating enough of those veggies during the C9. So I have seen that Adam is on C9 at the moment. I would like to know, are you eating your veggies, or are you taking the super greens, Adam? You have some questions. I'm happy that you can use what I said. I'm happy this is helpful for you. I think it would be super good if you started to try and build up some manuscript for yourself, and try to really make it as a labyrinth, so you will draw what is next step from this conversation, so you are sure that you would always lead yourself to the closing part in the way you would want it, either products or business. Good, Adam. Both super greens and veggies. I'm really happy to hear. So let me see the questions here. If you have problems selling C9 in the first place because you have never really shown a huge weight loss, so people don't seem that the product works, that is really easy for me to answer, actually, because in Denmark, I don't know how it is in the UK, but in Denmark, we are definitely not allowed to show the weight loss, like tell kilos or even centimeters. We are not even allowed to show before and after pictures. So here it is about the feeling. And I can assure you, I've seen some amazing stories. Make maybe some statements from some of your colleagues. If you go together, like let's say 5 colleagues, and you cross line on this, you make a photo of yourself and you make like a small statement on what did C9 do for you, without telling about the kilos or the centimeters, but maybe that C9 provided me with my skinny jeans looking even better on my body, or C9 provided me with even more confidence walking down the beach. Be creative. I'm sure you can be creative. But for me, what C9 is not about the weight loss, actually. C9 is really about the feeling. It's really about getting rid of that sugar craving, not opening this drawer or the candy box at 3 or 4 in the afternoon. That feeling that you feel that you don't need to do that anymore, you're absolutely just not thinking about it, that is one of the best feelings for me personally. So think about, do this brainstorm. What feelings did C9 provide you? And approach people with that. That is storytelling in a good way. So what do you mean by 99 days? Yes, it is actually the F15 that you are doing. So you know that we have 3 F15 with actually 6 programs total, because there is a 1 and 2 in each. So you can be beginner, intermediate, or advanced, and you're building up the programs. So they would do a 15 beginner A and B. That is 30 days. And then intermediate A and B, etc. Only if they're moving along the development as they should, or else you keep them in the beginner or the intermediate, because it can be that your client cannot do the exercise of the advanced. So you need to really be in contact with your clients. But yes, they would go through all of the programs and the C9. There you go. I hope it makes sense. We did record this, yes, we did record it, so you can watch it on a replay. So, any more questions? The question about C9 being too expensive, we kind of covered that with that. You can approach them with C9 and another product, like in a full package. So it could be calling it like the quick fix program, because C9 is a quick fixer. It's not the complete lifestyle changer. So it could be C9 and an Archie. And then if it's too expensive, you take out the Archie, and suddenly the C9 is not that expensive for your clients as if you approach it alone with the C9. And if it's still too expensive, you will start opening the box and think, okay, what is the budget and what is the most important? And that you will know from what they tell you, like, is it losing weight they have a wish of, or is it the sugar cravings, etc. You would know which product to tell them that they absolutely need. Yeah. And they always have the option to be a Novus customer and have a little bit of discount. How do you work out which F15 they should start on? You would actually talk with them about, I recommend you to make a questionnaire. You can make an online questionnaire that you will ask every time your clients to fill out. Are they used to doing workouts? Are they used to being in a fitness center? Do they have a membership somewhere? Where would they see themselves in a scale from 1 to 10? You could do, for example, like when 10 is that you're ready for the bikini fit or the bodybuilder competition. Or on a scale from 1 to 10 that you are doing workouts 7 days a week, 1.5 hours at a time. Where do you see yourself in a level of fitness or movements or activity, cardio, etc. People often know that themselves. They are quite good describing where they are, and they like to tell you. They like to tell you some stories, experience, if they have broke their back 10 years ago, etc., etc. People really like to tell. So listen. Practice to listen to your clients, because you will really see that you can upgrade yourself. Suddenly you will know that they absolutely need pollen to their C9, for example, or something like that. And they're providing you with what to say, because from what they tell you, you would say, oh, if it was me having this challenge, I would definitely not leave out the pollen from the C9. And you will thank me for that after. And remember, we are having the 30-day satisfaction guarantee to lean back on always. What we could say about Archie. Archie for me is really a unique product. I started my business only due to Archie. I didn't tell you that, but that is the story of my start of Forever. And it's here. and it's here always. RG for me is the horse kick in my butt and the sunshine in my eyes. And I really do not need to say anything more. It's my mommy speed. It's my afternoon power. If you know that there are moms with small children having really busy days, they absolutely need to try the mommy powder, because they will be so thankful and they would love to feel like themselves again inside, because they will feel this inner energy and start feeling the glow, and really just try it. Try it. I'm sure you're going to try it now. That is how you sell the RG. You don't need to say much. We don't need any medical claims. The products are selling themselves. Just tell about the feelings that it's creating. So, how many tablets of pollen to take with the C9? 3 tablets a day, I would say. So just, they need a full pollen, of course. They cannot buy less. So they are happy, they can be happy that it will be lasting the whole month. And it will really, pollen can be many different things that they would tell you why they need pollen. So I think we managed all the questions. I'm so happy. If you have more questions, you are always welcome to ask me. I will always find some time to give you some quick answers. Yes, the mommy powder is my word. I have it in a glass bowl at home, and I often do some pictures and stories about my mommy powder. I sold a lot of RGs. But also, it was the product I tried and I really felt it, and I felt like I had back my life when I started RG. So, of course, I can sell it to everyone in the world. That is the feeling. Thank you. I just want to say thank you. I hope you had a great time. If I missed some questions, hit me on my Facebook or my Instagram, and I will answer you there for sure. So thank you for your time, and I hope it could help you with getting your clients from C9 into your business. I'm looking forward to see a lot of new business owners and a lot of recommendations on the C9, or that you're starting to build up your fit lines with C9, F15, etc., etc., etc. So you are increasing your product sale. I want to just say I had a great time. I am happy for all your excitement and sweet answers here on the chat. Thank you so much for tonight, and I hope to see you all soon in an upcoming event where we're allowed to see each other. Stay safe and take care.